What's going on, my beautiful people? It's your boy Gio back with another episode of the Giojackson show. And last week, took a little bit of a break, of a little vacay. I was at Outside Lands Monday, just kept it chill. But we're back today, and obviously a lot of things has been going on. We had UFC, football is back, the Premier League, La Liga, and we're very close to the start of football season. So we'll jump into it. We'll talk about what's been going on, my thoughts. Obviously, I got a lot of thoughts. Chelsea in mid season form already. Niners, man, Purdy, how'd he look yesterday? Oof, looked kind of rough. The astronaut though, he looked good. But we'll jump into it. But how's everyone doing? Happy Monday to everyone. Happy start of the week. Hopefully you guys have started off good, focus, determine whatever you guys need to get done. You guys getting it done, putting in the work. Hopefully, it's another amazing week. And, let's jump right into it. So, obviously, yesterday, Niners had their first home game preseason against the Saints. They ended up winning. Obviously, it's preseason. So, first of all, preseason, doesn't really matter, right? I'm just looking at how some of the young players are playing, who stands out, who's ass. Um, but Purdy, he had three drives, and at first, you watch the game. I don't know if you guys went to the game, but you're watching. I'm like, damn, like I will say he did look poised in the pocket. He looks very calm. He was able to escape, but then he had some throws that I was like, damn, why'd he throw that? Like across his body, just throwing chucking Hail Marys out there. But then, if you think about it, right, no Trent Williams. So that whole line, oh, rough, they had Jalen Moore, left tackle. I think the only starters were McKivitz, Pooney, who's the rookie. He's been looking solid. So he was running for his life. And then the receivers, Trent Taylor, ass. Um, Jacob Cowing, he looked good. He had some good plays. So, but still, it wasn't the best team around. But this goes to my next question. So, the whole talk, obviously, we've seen what Brock Purdy has done in these past couple of years, right? He, the first thing was, can he do it? Can he actually be a, good, solid, an elite quarterback? And I feel like he's proven himself. We went to the Super Bowl. The Lions game was his big game. He's had games, but it's always been, and I feel like people will always have that. Is it the players around him? Is it him? Is it Shanahan? Is he really legit? And yesterday, because let's say we do pay Purdy next year, 60 million, right? Obviously, we are going to lose some of the playmakers. We're not going to have the ability to pay everyone, right? There's going to be some decisions made. And going forward, let's say 2 years, 3 years down the road, when that cap hit for his big contract checks in, we're going to have to kind of like what the Chiefs are doing, right? They may not have, they still have Kelsey, right? And Rashid Rice is solid, Pacheco's solid, but they don't have a super team like we do right now, right? But it doesn't matter because Mahomes is the greatest player right now of this time, so he can make it work. And yesterday, seeing Purdy, obviously preseason, missing players, not the best of all lines, but the other team as well is the same, right? That their players around the NFL, right? All these teams aren't playing their best players, and I saw Mahomes still making plays out there, but the question is going to be, will he be worth it? Will is he going to able to put the team on his back? Who knows? But seeing yesterday, it makes me think. Makes me think. I still think he's amazing quarterback. I think he's definitely top 10 quarterback in the NFL. What he's done, I think already he's playing with house money, right? The last pick on the draft. What more can you ask, right? He has surpassed the expectation that was given to him. But it's gonna be tough. He, like I said, he's able to win the Super Bowl this season, then you pay him. But it makes you think. Makes you think. Maybe Purdy's aware of that, and he might be like, you know what? I won't sign for 60 million. I'll sign, I don't know, 45, 50, so we can, still keep some of these players because I know he seems like a guy that he's pretty humble. That I know I need these players around me, but we'll see. Niners have the Avengers, and they've managed to choke. Yes, George. I mean, obviously, we. My thoughts. I'm not blaming Purdy for the Super Bowl. I'm playing the one common denominator in all these losses. Kyle Shanahan. George, if I were to tell you the Niners are only going to give up 12 points to Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl, wouldn't you think the Niners would have won that Super Bowl, right? Like, having the offensive genius that Kyle Shanahan is, wouldn't you think that he would be able to score more than 19 points when the whole season we averaged 30? And yet the thing is just with this team, it's always just been accountability to go and fire, our defensive coordinator, Steve Wilkes, kind of blame him for the loss, right? That, the defense gave up, the defense let Mahomes score to win the Super Bowl, right? In overtime. Well, dude, you can have the Legion of Boom out there when you're going up against goals, like a Brady, like a Mahomes. They're gonna go find a way to win. And even if we would have scored a touchdown, they probably would have gone for two to win it. Like they're just gonna go all out to win. They're not, they don't play scared. If you play scared, you lose. And I feel like Shanahan, he gets kind of conservative. He gets exactly. I totally agree. Shanahan gets too cute and bites him in the ass. Happened when he was in Atlanta as well. But that's the thing with Atlanta. Yes, he was the offensive coordinator, but at the end of the day, he was not the coach, right? So Dan Quinn, I'm sure he could have if that's the thing, right? With that Super Bowl, obviously, that Super Bowl well because your team won, amazing comeback, Tom Brady go. But wouldn't you think that the coach would be like, hey, let's just run the fucking ball? Like, why are we continue to throwing the ball? We're up 28-3. Let's just run the ball. Let's run the ball all three, first down, second down, third down, waste time, let the time run. Let's prevent from Brady having a chance. If you're the coach, right, you're in charge, you tell him, hey, Shanahan, what the fuck are you doing? Let's run the ball. So it falls, that one, it kind of falls, on both of them, I would say. But I mean, the one in 2019, and then this one specifically, because this one, the Niners had the better team on paper, like no questions asked, top to bottom. Christian McCaffrey, offensive MVP. Debo, Ayuk, Kittle, Trent Williams, an actually decent, like above average, good quarterback compared to what we had with Jimmy Garoppolo, like someone that is a playmaker. The best offensive minded coach, they always say that. They always say, I never hear the media call out Kyle Shanahan. I never, like put a fire in them. Like, bro, not just Super Bowls, like NFC championships as well. How many times has he choked it? But I don't know. It kind of feels like, obviously he has connections, his father, they always speak so well of it. Like no one is putting a fire in his ass and like pause. Like, so I don't know. It always falls to accountability. And then obviously we know some Niners fans, they drink the Niner Kool-Aid, they think, it's everyone else's fault. What do we always hear? The refs. We always hear it was in the script, the Taylor Swift. They wanted Taylor Swift to win. Like, come on, bro. Like, hear yourself. Like, if we really want change and growth, we got to look ourselves in the mirror. And this team, unfortunately, I feel like they think that they should have won these Super Bowls. They think that I feel like they already think of themselves as champions, but they're not. They're losers. They've been second place how many times? They haven't won the big one. And that's what matters at the end of the day. But the other quarterback, obviously I watched some of this preseason game, and throughout it, we talked about the pastronaut, Joshua Dobbs. He's had amazing games last season with, bouncing around from different teams. And obviously I'm not saying, definitely not saying he should start for the Niners, right? But I think he is a solid number two. And yesterday, the way he played, mobility, he has a good arm. He's a passer for a reason. Obviously, he's pretty smart. Um, hey, I was impressed. That's how I feel. Even he was wearing the number 5. I feel like that's how Trey Lance should have played, right? But I'm okay with Joshua Dobbs being our number 2 quarterback. I feel like if Purdy were to get injured, maybe miss like 2 to 3 weeks, I think Joshua Dobbs, he'll be able to win us some games. I'm not saying that he'll be able to do, take us all the way. I'm not saying that, but I think he's able to win a couple games here or there because Brandon Allen, I don't know why Kyle Shanahan likes these type of quarterbacks, very vanilla, I don't think he's good. He might be good, in the quarterback room, helping out Brock Purdy, as like more of a coach, and sign him as a coach. But hopefully, I don't see it. And the rookie, that we picked on drafted, Mordecai, he looked decent. Could he be the next Purdy? I don't know, but I think he should be, practice squad quarterback. But definitely Joshua Dobbs, he impressed me. Another player that impressed me, which is kind of dumb, the punter that we picked up. Obviously, Wisnowski, he got injured, but man, he was pretty solid. Um, Makes you think, right? Like, I feel like you should not draft specialty, players like a kicker, punter. Our punter, we drafted in the 4th round. And what can we say about our kicker? We'll get into it right now. 3rd round. He's very hit or miss. He'll bang a 57-yard one, then he'll miss a 51-yard one. And I think I just see no confidence in Jake Booty, aka Jake Moody. He always has a face like he's just nervous. It doesn't bring me confidence. Like, dude, that Super Bowl, even though he broke the record of making the longest kick in the Super Bowl. Whenever he was out there to kick, man, I was nervous. Compared to Robbie Gould, like Robbie Gould, I knew he was money. Yeah, you needed to be past the 45, but he's money. He never missed. But Jake Moody, man, he's very hit or miss. But he impressed me. Obviously, Cowing, the receiver, the rookie receiver, played well. And the defense, man. Defense, even though that's the second team defense, I feel like this season the defense is gonna be good. Still, the run defense sucks. But um, Mustafa was good. Jalen Graham. This defense is solid, and we have backups now. So that's my thoughts on the Niners preseason game this past week. Obviously, like I said, take it with a grain of salt. It does not matter. They aren't game planning. They aren't showing their best. Obviously, a game of football is like a game of chess, right? Why are these coaches going to put on tape their best plays and stuff? It's just very simple plays. They're just trying things. And this week they'll be playing against the Raiders. Obviously, a lot of people, like I said, it's preseason, but it's still pride. Raiders, Niners, prideful thing. I mean, like I said, I don't know why there's still Raiders fans in the Bay Area. They left y'all. They don't care about y'all. They said deuces, same as the A's. They're about to leave y'all to the sack and then to Vegas. Same like the Warriors. They left Oakland. Now they're flourishing in San Francisco at Chase Center. But we'll see. The Ayuk saga. I'm tired of talking about this, but I have a feeling Ayuk will sign this week. Talks have gone well. The Niners supposedly have offered $30 million per year for Ayuk. I think that's what he wanted. I think right now they're just trying to see who's going to budge first. Maybe Ayuk can get a little bit more guarantee money. Maybe the Niners can make him settle for less. But man, I just want this to be over with. I think the Niners called Brandon Ayuk's bluff. I don't think he actually wanted to go to the Steelers. I heard that they did not offer 30. They offered a little bit under 28. So maybe that's why right now he's like, hey, I never wanted to leave. But I don't know. Going forward, I mean, sure, money heals everything, but I feel like there's been a lot of things back and forth said between both Ayuk and the Niners. And I feel Ayuk always felt left out. Obviously, I think his second year, he was in the doghouse for some reason. I guess that he didn't practice with all his energy or effort. There's that. And I think he throughout this he just felt disrespected. Because let's be honest, Brandon Ayuk is our best receiver on this team, not playmaker, best receiver. Because Debo could change a game for one play to another, but as a receiver, he can't. It's not his strong suit. But he's a dynamic playmaker. Christian McCaffrey as well, George Kittle as well, even Juwan Jennings, solid. But receiver wise, like going up against a number one corner, my money's on Brandon Ayuk. He's quick. He can run all the routes. He can go up and get it, long arms. And I feel like he's also a big part of this team. He does give those other players, space. He takes away attention from them. And I think the Niners have realized that. And I think they try to get a replacement with Ricky Pearsall, who fortunately has been injured. And I have a gut feeling that he's not going to be good, but he might. He might be, but I just don't think so. I don't see it. He does not. I don't think he has the same qualities as Brandon Ayuk. He seems more of a slot guy, and Brandon Ayuk's, our ex receiver he's on the outside. He's the one going to go up against number one corner. He's going to go. Hopefully, that Monday night game, he's going to go up against Sauce Gardner. Because if it's Debo against Sauce Gardner, I'm sorry, but I think Sauce Gardner is going to lock him up. Now, if they're out in space, Debo will truck the shit out of him. But trying to get space, trying to get open, it'll be tough on Debo. But I think it gets resolved this week. Hopefully, I think they're close. That's enough football. What else on football? I don't know. Like I said, it's preseason. Caleb Williams, he looked good. Both Russell Wilson and Justin Fields looked ass. Trey Lance looked okay, but I just feel like Trey Lance, he just needs to play, and I don't think he will have the opportunity in the Cowboys. Maybe he might need to, I don't know, go to the XFL or something, right? Like just to get experience and get a flow for the game. He hasn't played in years. Other than that, I mean, I don't know. Nothing else has stood out. A lot of mostly the big players have been sitting out. Smart. Why risk them? But let's jump into me, Chelsea. Chelsea versus Man City. My thoughts. Obviously, excited. Start of the Premier League. So I woke up 8:30, started watching the game, and I'll start with the good. I feel like Chelsea compared to last year, they have improved. They have an identity now. They touch the ball. They like to play from the back. Goalie that could move with his feet, and for a little bit they were similar to Man City. They Man City didn't seem like it didn't seem far fetched to say that Man City. Obviously, Man City is a better team. Man City is Man City, the reigning 4-time Premier League champions. But les jugó al tú por tú. They had the opportunities, but Man City, they have something that Chelsea does not have: a clinical striker, Erling Haaland. The one chance he had, the one chance he scored, 1-0. Fine. I really enjoyed Nkunku. He had his moments. Cole Palmer, it wasn't his best game, but I think Cole Palmer shouldn't play on the wing. He should play more central, as a cam. I think that's where he benefits. I think that's where he would play better. Cacarella, I don't know what happened in the Euros, man. He was Cucarella. Once he starts wearing that blue shirt, he downgrades to Cacarella. But we'll see. I mean, he is coming from a Euro, from vacation. Hopefully his level steps up. But Nicholas Federico Jackson. What a horrible striker. Nothing against the guy, right? As a person, he's a person. I wish him all the best. But as a striker for Chelsea, number 9, or in this case, he's number 15. No awareness, no sense of like where the offsides is. had opportunities to score and just misses them, like makes dumb decisions. When he's supposed to shoot, he passes his when he's supposed to passes, he shoots. Man, get him off my team. Give me Osimhen right now. Honestly, I'll rather this. I'll rather Nkunku play as the number 9, Cole Palmer behind him, Neto, who I did enjoy, on the wing, and Madueke on the other wing. Now that we picked up Joao Felix, we'll get into it. I'll prefer Joao Felix, but get Nick. I'll prefer Gui, even though he came in later on. He didn't do a lot, and then we got scored the second goal. Amazing goal by Kovacic, by the way, and a Chelsea player as well, ex Chelsea player. But man, get him off my team. I'm done with Nicholas Federico Jackson. Um, but Man City, I feel like Man City, they're starting off. They didn't. I don't think they played the best of games. They didn't look like that dominant team that they are. Like I said, I think Chelsea honestly played well throughout it. I see the style of play we want to play, more of possession, passing from the back. And I feel like as the season progresses, if we can get a striker, we're gonna be good. I feel. Well, we can come back to this video, and I might eat my words. We might have the worst season. Our coach might have gotten fired halfway through, but and we'll get into it here. But I think Chelsea played well. It's just they didn't score. They can't score, and also, I mean, that riff, that was a handball by Kovacic. I mean, but it is what it is. But today, Joao Felix, he will be coming back to Chelsea. And the thing about Joao Felix is, dude, he has some games where he looks world class. He looks like the real deal, but then he lazy or se pierde, or he has no motivation. He doesn't train hard. But basically, we are buying Joao Felix permanently, and we are selling Gallagher in a separate transaction to Atletico. I wish Conor Gallagher the well. Was never my favorite player at Chelsea. He's solid, but I still prefer. I know a lot of people don't like Enzo, but I prefer Enzo with Caicedo. I think they played well. Then Conor Gallagher. Conor Gallagher just seems mid to me. So I wish him all the best in Atletico. Atletico is building a solid ass team. Then Julian Alvarez. They already have good players as well. But Joao Felix comes now. Or Joao Felix, he could play like a false 9 type of role with us. He has his moments. I'm excited. Pochettino to USA thoughts. I think it's a good move. Pochettino will, even though I did not like him at Chelsea, but I feel like the US is going to play well, but they just won't win nothing. I mean, that's Pochettino, right? You play well, but you never win anything. And honestly, I mean, in CONCACAF, he might win something because of right now, Mexico's ass. Canada's pretty decent. USA is USA. Um, you know, it's a good coach. It gives validation as well to the US getting a coach like that. And they have, I still think they have solid players that are not even in their prime, but I don't know, they just need, I don't know, they need a philosophy. And I feel like that's a good move by the US. We'll see too with Mex, with Javier Aguirre and Rafa Marquez. But George, your question: how low will Chelsea place this year in the Prem, and who gets top score? I'm assuming for Chelsea, but I'll give for Chelsea and in total for the Premier League. But how low will Chelsea place this year? The lowest they're gonna place this season is probably first place. I think is the lowest they'll place this season. They'll definitely win the Premier League. I guarantee it. I give the Geo seal of approval guarantee now. I think top 6. I'm gonna be, realistic. Top 6. I think they could finish top 4, but who we got? Arsenal, City, Liverpool. I'm not gonna say them. No way. No way I'm saying no, not Manchester United at all. But who's that 4th team? Right, it wasn't it this past season was Aston Villa, right? Maybe Manchester United. because it's Manchester United. Chelsea, Aston Villa. Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry. It wasn't George's question. It was Bonnie. I apologize. Spurs. They couldn't be Leicester City today. Vardy had to remind them who has a Premier League championship and who doesn't. Spurs, of course. Um, Brian looks cool. Brian, yeah, there might be a surprise team like that. But I think who wins, I think City might go, 5-time Premier League champ. They just had top scorer. Okay, top scorer for Chelsea. Maybe he's not on this team, and his name's Osimhen or Cole Palmer. Definitely not Nicholas Jackson. But for the Premier League, got to be Erling Haaland, man. Guy's a monster, a beast. He has in 100 Premier League appearances, he has 91 goals. Crazy. That's FIFA numbers. I would go him. But man, the best league in the world has started, the Premier League. I'm excited. How did Madrid do? The super team, right? Galacticos. Gonna walk through every team, right? They're just gonna show up and already be up 3 goals. Oh, what they tied? 1-1? That's crazy. No way. I can't believe it. Hi, Alberto. Barca won though. No, but look, I think Real Madrid is gonna have this little period of adjusting, of getting their chemistry together. It always happens, when these super teams form. Their first, couple months, couple weeks, they're like, "What? They tied? What? They lost?" And then boom. Because come on, I was being facetious, right? But that's a super team. I mean, Vinny, Mbappe, he's injured, but Valverde, Rodrigo, um, Chouameni. The defense is solid. Oh, they're gonna be good. But against Mallorca, 1-1. Interesting. Gunners taking first place this year. Third time's the Gunners. Never won a trophy in a long time. Like a play for the Gunners. George, maybe. I want to actually. George, let Arsenal take one instead of it being Man City. But if it's Chelsea up there, I'm going to take Chelsea all day. All day. Let's talk UFC 305. This card was good. I enjoyed this card. Let's start with the first one. My boy, El Bad Luck, Li Jingling, going up against Carlos Prates. Wow, what a fight. I'm very impressed with Carlos Prates. He might be the next big thing in the UFC, or at least someone to watch out for. Li Jingling, never been knocked out. He got knocked out. He got sent to the hasta se le abrieron los ojos. I'm gonna stop there, out of pocket. But man, he pieced him up. That combo was nasty. Yeah, Prates is a beast. This person also a top 2 in late May. Who would you prefer to take it, G? London will always be blue. I can't answer that question. But yeah, Prates look. I don't know. Depends. I think, you know what? Nene, have it. At least George Ira. So Celtics are not on. He's seen a dynasty with Boston. He had his little run with Bayern. Nene, take it. The Spurs. Burner on top 2. But yeah, Prates, he looked good. He can speak English. He can market himself well. That one was good. The next one was another Tony fighter, Tuivasa versus Rosinho Rosenstrike. And let's talk about Tuivasa. Is he on his Tony Ferguson run? He's just going downhill, man. Obviously, fun fighter. I'm sure he's amazing to have a beer with, but man, he's been going downhill. And Rosenstrike, say what you want, man. He's been winning his last couple fights. I think he wins one more. He could fight for at least with Aspinall, right? Will depend. It's just, man, the heavyweight division is so weird. You got Dana White glazing whenever he can. John Jones saying like John Jones is the greatest of all time. He is, but like, bro, like he hasn't done Aspen already defended the interim belt. John Jones hasn't. I mean, but I mean, John Jones may destroy Mil, which I think he probably will destroy Miocic, and he could destroy Aspinall. But Aspinall, I think he's good. I want to see that fight, John Jones Aspinall. I don't care about no disrespect to Miocic, but I don't care about that fight. But man, Tuitu Vasa decision. This one, I was surprised. Gamrot versus Dan Hooker. Man, Dan Hooker, is he back? You know, he had a couple losses, but now he's been winning, and he beat Gamrot, and you know Gamrot was known, you know, for being grounded. When he was going to take him down, he tried to take him down, but Dan Hooker, I don't know how he did it, but he pulled through. He looked amazing. He looks great, and now you know he's going to be top five. And you know, same thing. He wins another against another top five opponent. He's right there, but I don't know who beats Islam. That's the only thing. But happy for Dan Hooker. Definitely. Yeah, that one was a good fight as well. Good fight. This one too, I was surprised as well. Kai Kara France versus El Steve Carell, Steve Ursig. I was like, man, Steve Ursig's gonna win, you know, because I thought if he didn't make that mistake against Pantoja at the end, he probably could have won that fight. But man, he got caught. He got caught. Kai Kara France, you know, now Kai Kara fans, you know, also, you know, in this division, you win against the top five, top three, you know, anyone in this division, you're up next for a fight. We'll see what the plan is with Pantoja. Does he have an opponent already? I'm not sure. He might. But Kai Kara fans, you know, I was surprised on this one as well. Imagine if you parlayed Dan Hooker, Kai Kara France, and then we'll get to the main event. Crazy. Early stop it. Yeah, maybe. But I don't know what you think he was gonna get up, or you know, or you think he would have just got. I could see it though, but he did get caught. Yeah, yeah, you're right. But it is what it is now. I mean, can't go back. But I think you know, Ursig. I think you know, like I said, in this division, you know, if you win like one or two, you're back in there. So he's still young, right? There was only like his fourth fight. He'll be back. I think he's like I said, he has good hands, and I think he'll be back. He just got caught. You know, he got caught, and you know, and when you get caught, I mean, and Kai Kara fans, you know, he packs a punch. He knocked out Cody Garbrandt too. But the main event, I know there's been a lot of thoughts out there, and while watching the fight live, I was like, man, Izzy looks like old Izzy. He looks comfortable in there. Like he looks like he's in control. He Usyk versus oh yeah, but I don't know if Moreno has the heart anymore. I don't know. Moreno's kind of you know he's living life, which is good. You know his run was an amazing run. But yeah, that would be a good one, or a raw dog. But the main event, Dirk Duplessis, Adesanya. Like I said, throughout the fight, I felt like man, Adesanya, he was piecing him up. He was in control. You know, he looked in the zone. He was stopping the takedowns. He looked great. And I don't know, Dirk is he fights really weird. He just, you know, like I was like, he's gonna get caught. You know, he's just kind of, you know, going for it, lunging, Hail Marrying it. Like I feel like, you know, I was waiting for that Izzy just to catch him, you know, kind of how he catch Robert Whitaker. But it never happened. And as the fight went on, you know, he still had that stamina, he still had that energy, he was going for it. And I would say, I think watching it the second time, I don't think it was as because, like I said, when I watched it the first time, I thought Izzy was winning comfortably. But when I watched it the second time, because I watched it with Tony later on, he brought up the point that he thought that it was pretty even, or like Dirkus was winning. And then I was like, I kind of see it. Obviously, we know what happened. Adesanya, he got caught. I felt like, you know, he got kind of stunned and he made a mistake and he got choked out. First time he's ever been choked out. And man, I was surprised. I was surprised. But congratulations to Dirkus. You know, man, what can you say? He defended the belt against one of the best of all time at middleweight, Adesanya. But what's next for Adesanya? Where does he go from here? Who should he fight next? Because obviously he can't fight for the belt. He lost. Um, Robert Whitaker, that could be a good one, but he already beat him twice. But is he on the downfall? Yeah, I think. May I think what happened with Izzy is I feel after he beat Pereira, who's been his boogeyman, right? Como que that was his mountain, that was like, all right, I did what I could never do. Um, and I conquered, my boogeyman. Now what? And I felt like maybe he lost that fire, that fire, to be a champion, especially in this sport, like you gotta have that fire to like, to be the best, right? And maybe he lost it. Um, but I felt like he looked the best he looked better than when he fought Strickland, definitely. But I don't know, Robert Whitaker. That would be a good one. Other than that, in that division, I mean, is Hasmat in that division? That's one. I don't think he wants to go up to like heavyweight porque ahí está el verdadero. A Pereira that doesn't have to cut down to 185. GG's. Izzy versus Sergio, like I'm almost like heavyweight. A couple more pounds and we there. Nah, more like 30, 40 pounds. But we're almost there. Nah, I'll rock him. DDP is going to have a long run in that division. Yeah, he has a chin. I don't see Strickland beating him. Yeah, he could have a run. I don't know if he'll go up to 205. Try to be double champ. I know Pereira, he said he wanted to come down. I don't know. He's too big, man. He's gonna be drained. I don't know, but Pereira right now, he running the UFC. He could drop down and then fight heavyweight, the next one. But yeah, good fights. Prelims were good as well. Um, Definitely a better card than the last year. The 304, yeah, better than the 304. This one was good. I did enjoy it. Next week, who do we got? Jared Cannonier versus El Borrado Cayo. That one be solid. Solid one too. Um, but then the next one is the Noche UFC. That one's gonna be good. Bangers. As it gets closer, I'll give my thoughts on it. But I'm just excited for what Dana has planned for this whole show. That is gonna be Noche UFC. And Canelo, I think he fights that day too. But yeah, I mean, I don't know much of the opponent Canelo's fighting. I don't know. I'm sure they're gonna hype him up like, oh, he's solid, da da da. Da. But just fight Benavidez now. Like I feel like every opponent Canelo chooses now is just like, yeah, Canelo's gonna win. I don't. I did say that when he fought Bivol, but Bivol was a different weight class. But I think that's the thing, right? With boxing is we want to see those. We want to see Benavidez Canelo, not this guy. I don't know who this guy is, to be honest. Kind of like the UFC. The UFC, they'll give us what we want to see. That's why, ever since the pandemic, I prefer the UFC. Now we're here at the point of the show where we have the Bonnie questions and random topics that I come up with. Um, Lately, we've been talking a lot of movies, shows, and I recently watched a movie. Spoiler alerts if you haven't seen it. So if you haven't seen it and you want to see it, spoiler alerts. Spoiler alerts. One more time. Spoiler alerts. My thoughts on Trap. So on last Thursday, I went to go see this movie Trap by M. Night Shyamalan. The premise of the movie is this guy goes to this music concert with his daughter, and then they're alerted that there's a serial killer on the loose, and the serial killer is present in the concert. That's the trailer, right? And the trailer gives you this, so you're thinking, "Oh, damn!" But then the trailer also tells you that the dad is the serial killer, and you're like, "Oh shit, okay." And if you've watched M. Night Shyamalan movies, you know that his whole his whole thing is twists at the end. So I'm like, damn, he kind of already gave us one of the twists, right? What's gonna be the twist? So I watched it, and I would say three-fourths of the movie were great. I enjoyed it. Um, him, trying to figure out a way to get out of this auditorium because there was security all over the movie. I mean, all over the concert. Him trying to, find out what they know, if they have a description and stuff like that. I think it was great. The way he is able to leave the concert, I won't give a lot of spoilers. Great. But then the last part of the movie, me decepcionó. I was like, damn, like I was expecting something more. But I recommend it. Give it a shot. Like I said, honestly, if you just want to watch three-fourths of a movie and then leave, that's a good movie right there. But like the last part, the twist, the ending, it was like, that's it. Damn. But take it with a grain of salt. I enjoyed it. Three-fourths of the movie. And I thought, what's his name? Josh Hartnett. He was in Pearl Harbor. Used to be in a lot of movies back in the day. I think he did a great job. His acting from being like a normal, loving father to this crazy serial killer. I like performances like that. He was great. Now we're here for the bunny questions. You have to eat one of these places for the rest of your life. Which one would it be? And these are the options: Taco Bell, Long John Silver's, Arby's. From right from your first option, bro, like Taco Bell. I love Taco Bell. Long John Silver would never. I don't think I've ever been there. I don't like. It's not that I don't like seafood, but it's not my favorite. And Arby's, I don't think I've ever had Arby's. But Taco Bell, that's a different story. Taco Bell's my shit. I love Taco Bell. Obviously, if I ate it for the rest of my life, I probably wouldn't have a long life, but it would be a fun life. I'll tell you that. Chalupas, grilled stuffed burritos, five little burritos, double decker tacos, the cinnamon twist. Oof. Now they got breakfast. Oof. Taco Bell, like there's no competition. This is like when you ask me Carol G or Shakira, bro, no competition. Like Shakira, obviously. Carol G was not even the top G of all the G's, right? Same thing right here. Taco Bell, bro. What do you guys? I know Taco Bell gets a lot of hate, but that's just fucking good. Alien Romero. Oh yeah, that one. That one. Even though I don't really like movies like that get gory like that, but it does look good. Yeah, I will say. What's the Taco Bell order? When I go, I do the. They got the box because you get is a good price. You get sometimes they got a chalupa burrito and like a soft taco with nachos, or you get the cinnamon twist. Pues your brother he owes me a Baja Blast because one time I ordered that they didn't give it to me. Fuck that. Taco Bell for sure. Yeah, bro. Bonnie, those weren't good options. Like Long John Silver's, Arby's. Like you disrespected Taco Bell with those options, I will say. Hot Boys. Yeah. Out of those three, that's the only choice, right? Let's see. A ver. Taco Bell, Mickey D's, Jack. See, that's different now. But hands, see, for sure, I'm not picking Jack. I don't. Jack is a night of drinking. You have Jack is the only time you eat it. But I see, it don't sit well Jack with me. But McDonald's is a different game because McDonald's got the breakfast. A McGriddle. Um, I never step foot in John. Bro, where is the Long John? It's because Bani he from Saginaw. Allá hay cosas así like Long John Silver's. Allá hay como what's that shit called? Del Tacos. Um, Pollo Loco. Over there, they got shit like that. Over here, we don't got shit like that. They could probably got like a Sonic over there, but fuck. Group field trip to Long John Silver's. Where is one? Hold on, let me Google it. I might have to check out. You gonna put me on, Bonnie, with Long John Silver's? It even sounds kind of pause, eh? Long John Silver's pause. In and out Chick-fil-A, Popeye, Golden Corral. Ándale, cosas así. Damn, bro. Oh, there's a. Oh no, no, no. There is no long. I was like, damn, there's a Long John Silver's in Redwood. Live reaction for the first time. Yeah, bro. There's one in Texas that's close. Yeah, Texas. Oh no, North Texas, Fairfield, California. So I don't know if Daniel, there's a Long John Silver's like, yeah, Fairfield. I don't know if you're here, Daniel. Huh. Nah, Chitty. Long John Silver's North Highlands. By I don't think it's there anymore. I don't know. But if there's one close, I'll check out Long John Silver. But back to Nen's question. Fuck, McDonald's. The breakfast does it for me. I'm a big breakfast guy and nothing better than the McDonald's hash brown breakfast. I gotta go with that. Definitely. Next one up. Best movie experience ever that you can remember. Uh well, I guess I would say like the best movie that I watched ever in the theater that changed my life has to be The Dark Knight. I remember when I was 15 years old going in expecting a Batman movie, I wasn't expecting anything from the Joker. At that time the Joker was always Jack Nicholson. But man, Heath Ledger changed my life, man. That performance of the Joker, hands down. But like whole experience, I had a friend that used to work at the theaters, and sometimes he would invite us before the movies would come out. For example, if a movie came out Friday, we would watch it by Wednesday. And just el ambiente ahí with the people, it's like you feel like you're special because there's only a certain amount of people. And technically speaking, you're watching this movie before the whole world. That's cool. Another one is watching Tony sit on those, or Tony, yeah, I think he was a little intoxicated and he passed out in the movie, but on those D box seats, like what happens in the screen, the box will move. So Tony was just passed out, and then it was there. Then it was there. He knows what I'm talking about. Fancy party catered by. Hey, I'll do it. Have you tried Taco Bell breakfast? No, I have. I mentioned this. It's bomb too. It is bomb, but McDonald's breakfast though. But it is bomb. Thank you. Hi, Hema. How's everything today? Hi, Vane. How's everything today? We excited for Jets Niners coming up soon. Be the first time, right? Hema will be there. Can't wait. I will never be able to erase us watching. Oh, fuck. Yeah, that one. It's just spoiler alerts. His movie's been out a while, but spoiler alerts. Man, when you just see what's his name? Justin Long's eyes, when they make him into a walrus. Fuck. That was tough. That's a good one, George. That one, just the movie nights. Like I said, feeling special. Facts, yeah. The movie nights, the pre games, being up in the projectors, little parties, and then you watch a movie. Those are my fondest memories. Too bad that friend does not work there anymore. What's better, Christmas or celebrating your birthday? I would say Christmas, definitely. Let's see. Watching Transformers with Nene until his mom came, called him and sent his ass home. But esa no me la sé. Christmas, right? I mean, but this is what I think it would suck if you have a birthday in December and Christmas, right? Because people be doing that cheap shit, right? Like, oh, this is your birthday and Christmas gift. Like, ah, no, man. That's why I think like my birthday, for example, is in March. It's like a perfect, spot, right? You enjoy Christmas, you get little things, and then little time goes by, and then boom, it's March, and it's still my birthday. I feel special. Even like January, right? Because let's say you're early January. Ah, wait, no te agarré pa Christmas, pero mira, tu Christmas y tu birthday. Fuck out of here, bro. Here to say Cole Palmer is now lukewarm Palmer. Ha 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 ha. One game, bro. Like He's still the best player in England. He was the best player for England in the Euros. If they would have played him, the England would have had, a Euro Cup. That did not happen. That's cool. Like I say, he's coming out vacation too. Chill. He didn't play like we're used to seeing him, but he also wasn't ass. He is I. It happens. Kind of like Gardner Minshew. He ass and he I. But how the Raiders doing? How be doing next week? Um, but Christmas, I mean, the family, the different events that happens too. Obviously, you spend time with your family, right? Christmas, or for us Latinos, Christmas Eve, and then Christmas is kind of like a day where you just chill and shit. But before that, you have your friend, the white elephant parties or in your jobs, it's like the whole month, you're kind of just vibing, right? But I know some people take their birthdays very seriously, Obviously, shout out to my good friend Pepe's. A couple of weeks ago, he had his 30th birthday. It was very fun. I know he remembers that night because it's not like he was drunk or something, but those are fun, obviously. And I've had my fair share of parties of different themes. Theme parties are always welcome, right? But I think in general, the whole Christmas vibe, some people like to get their trees or go to Christmas in the park, shit like that, Disneyland, da da da. I think all around Christmas, you get a better, you enjoy it for longer than I would say a birthday. Um, but I know there's one person that enjoys birthdays that, always wants people wishing him a happy birthday, that wants people to acknowledge him on his birthday. My boy Tony recently had a birthday. So if you haven't, remind them, send him a birthday shout out. He loves that. He loves the attention. He's sometimes very self centered. So definitely he would probably choose birthday. Shout out the rat. But that is it for the show. Obviously, we always end it off with Gio's words of wisdom. This one I might have to go off of the dome. I didn't prepare. I'm sorry. But let's just say today, we got a question before that. Bonus question. Beer pong teammate, winner. Okay, that's a good one, Bunny. Who have I had a magical run with? Shout out to everyone. Cacarella. Shout out to everyone in the chat, including Giojackson. Keep up the good work on the chat. Appreciate it. And shout out from South Bronx, brother BK Contreras, aka Sport Entertainment Guy. Shout outs to you, man. And shout outs to brother BK Contreras, aka Sport Entertainment Guy. Thank you. The Bronx. Now we in New York, East Coast. Beer pong teammate. I remember I had a good run with I'm taking my sniper Panchisi as my partner all day. Pancho? Okay. I had a good run with Prieto one time in my life. We won 10 straight. We were just in the zone. I felt like Curry. And we were bouncing off each other. Pause. Good chemistry. He's one. My boy Alexi's always. We're just telepathically connected. He's a good one. I haven't played beer pong in a long time. Definitely for the fancy party. We got to bring it back. We'll see. But I was either Prieto, Alexis. Who's another solid one? I know not Nene. I've seen that man troll so many times. I'm kidding. There's pictures though. But how about you, Bani? Probably you and like Chris or Beto. Tony kind of ass, so I wouldn't pick Tony. But Gio's words of wisdom: make sure to always pick the right beer pong partner, or else it'll be a long night. But let's just say take care, of your people. I feel like throughout my life I've been blessed that I can count. They always say you can only count like the most, like people that have your back in one hand. And I feel like I can do it with both hands. And I feel like it's always important to create, a group, a unity, a group of people that that they have your back no matter what, and you have their back no matter what, no matter the case, no questions asked. So, you know, be very keep those relationships tight, flourish them, make some time. But at the end of the day, no matter what though, if time goes apart, if we become busy, I feel like if you have that connection, no matter how much time has passed, once you reunite, it's like nothing ever changed. So flourish those friendships, family, whatever it is. Uh Taking Beto. I think he would take Mario Balotelli over you though. And I'll leave it at that. Thank you guys again for an amazing show. I'll be back next week. Next week it will be special for you guys in my fantasy football league. George, Bonnie, Nene, like I said, I need my money before we start drafting. But next week's show, at the end of it, I will be releasing the draft order. Obviously, everyone's welcome to stay on the show, but I will be letting everyone know from the league that tomorrow at this time, I'll be releasing the draft order. Stay tuned for that. Where fantasy football season is right upon us. But thank you guys again. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Peace out. Much love.